Oh my goodness. It's Dr. Elo in the house, and it's also Miss Yvette C. Lee Music and Tisha Lee. We just got some folks that are joining us. I'm super excited. So I want to welcome you. My name is Tanya Smith, and this is Stream Like a Boss TV. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do that, like and follow, and hang around with us each and every Thursday because we like to talk about live streaming, especially for service providers. So, coaches, consultants, course creators, if you're trying to really start leveraging more video, then I want to show you how what the possibilities are and how you can serve more people, how you can stand out online, and how you can really just sell more of your services all through video. Well, tonight I want to share with you that we're going to have a very special guest. This special guest is Jada West, and many of you have been waiting to see and to meet Jada. I cannot wait to introduce you to her. She is my resident TikTok influencer. She pulled me out out of my space and said, "Hey, you need to do this." And I'm finally starting to do it. Yes, if you are a first timer, if this is the first time that you've watched us ever, I want you to go ahead and type in hashtag OG. If you've been around the block for a little bit, then I want you to type in hashtag OG and newbie if you're new. Dang it. Look, I'm so excited about this TikTok influencer call. This conversation is going to be just fun and exciting, and I'm seeing everyone say hello. So let me go ahead and get her introduced. How about we do that? Okay? I'm going to pull her in after this really quick intro video, but let me tell you a little bit about her background. So Jada is a mother, she's a style influencer, and she's a content strategist that got her start by sharing fashion tutorials on YouTube. Her career on camera began really just as a means to express herself. Like it is for many of us, it's a means to get out there and put your voice into the world. She wanted to share her passion for fashion boldly and authentically, and over time, her brand has now evolved into a full-fledged business where she now inspires and educates others to have bold faith and to become more visible. So in just a couple of seconds, I want you to welcome and say hello. Give her the biggest smile ever through the chat. Find Jada West on It's Jada West TikTok, okay? So let's meet her in just a second. All right. There she is, the lovely Jada West in the house. Look, I've got to put some of these comments up, Jada. And while I'm doing that, I have to ask you this question. So I just kind of read your semi bio because there's a lot more to you than what I just read. But I want to hear from you. What do people need to know about Jada that is not in the bio?
I feel like I don't, there's a lot of places to start. So, the first thing that came to mind is that most people don't know is that I'm actually a military brat. So, my father has been in the military my entire life. So, I have lived in so many different places. Where I live now is not currently where I'm from, but I feel like it's made me someone who's able to connect with a lot of different people because I've been in so many different places. And one of those places is Germany. And people don't believe me when I say that, but I've literally lived out of the country. So I think that that's one of the biggest ones. And that also has brought my love for meeting various people and being able to connect with them and understand them and empathize with them in a way that is just unique, you know? And my approach to social media, TikTok, fashion, all of it comes from a place of the heart, you know, the soul. And so I think that that's what makes it unique in how I work with people. You know, it's not
Mm-hmm.
just tactics or strategies, but it's really understanding, being able to empathize with where they are.
Uh-oh. We might have had a little pause there, so I'm going to switch it up real quick while she gets reconnected. Hold on one second. Let's do this. I'm going to move to just me for a second, and we'll give her a chance to get back on. That does happen. Look, when we talk about live streaming, y'all, there are times when we're going to have little glitchy things happening. And lately, I've had a lot of gremlins. I don't know what's happening, but I don't let that get me down, and you shouldn't either. Let me give her a quick note and just say, let's get you signed back in. Yeah, we'll have her come disconnect and come right back in. All right. We'll make that happen. Because everybody wants to hear from Jada, and I especially mentioned to her that I'm really, really interested and intrigued about how to see TikTok in a different light. Because I was one of those people, and I don't know about you, I was one of those people who was like, I'm never doing TikTok. Some of you are probably feeling that way too. Let's send her a quick note. Yes, we do. I know. That might be my buddy Scott right there. Let me see. Yeah, I got a feeling that's who that is because we were definitely in sync. Oh, Scott, that's you. Yes, it is. You gotta love it when it works and hate it when it doesn't. Okay, let's see. Log out. Log back in. All right, there we go. We're gonna get her back on because you need to hear from her. And I see Miss Queen Kelly in the house. And yes, I'm feeling that way too. Miss Shannon, I know that's you. Teresa, yes, yes, I was. Now let me tell you this story about Jada while she's trying to get back in here. One of the reasons why I actually reached out to her is because of two of our Stream Bosses Academy members. I was kind of, like I said, on the fence and not feeling it. And the reason why I wasn't feeling it is because I've heard a lot of things that I was not really excited about. Okay, she's sending me a quick note. I heard a lot of things that I was not excited about from a privacy and security standpoint, but also just in general. I saw people out there doing some dancing and singing, and I'm just not going to be that person. I refused. But then I started to realize because of a couple of stream bosses, one in particular who's on here right now who just said, yes, you were. I was hesitant. Teresa Horn has been using it very effectively, as has Latara Venice. Here, I'm going to switch over and pull up these comments because I know you all have some amazing comments that I am missing, but I'm going to switch over to another scene while we're waiting on our friend to come back in. All right, so let's move that over a little bit here. We'll move our little box. Yes, I know. I can't wait until you do your live either, Yvette. Let's get it done, girl. Let's do this. Scott is there. Yes, feeling that way. Okay, so if I know, girl, I got to handle it like a boss because that's what we do. Okay, and so look, Shannon just mentioned this about love her TikTok, her TT. If in case anybody's like, what is TT? Because that is the acronym for TikTok. Yeah, I learned that just the other day. So I'm not special. I'm not like really gifted in TikTok at all, trust. But one of the things that I learned about the platform is that I see that there is room for people to be diverse. They're not just people who are out there that are dancing and singing, which is originally that's what I thought it was. But I'm seeing people that are actually sharing technology, they're sharing different gadgets, they're sharing apps, they're sharing their personal stories, they're sharing their causes and things that they're engaged in. And here's Miss Jada, she's coming back in. Y'all, let's give her a warm welcome and make her feel comfortable because I know it's tough. Yes, I got you. I got you. Let's get you back on in here, girl. All right, hold on one second. I'm going to switch it up and make sure we're still getting comments so you can feel the love. We're going to get you assigned. There you
I'm back.
are. Yay! This is how we do. We don't give up.
I That is so funny. It's funny because the internet was fine all before setting up the call.
Of course it was. Of course it
It
was.
only makes sense. Hey everybody, I'm back.
And look, they are giving you some love right in here. Yvette,
Thank
you go.
you.
You got this. You got this. Yes. Wow. Welcome back. We need to hear you. Girl, people want to hear you. So
I
I'm so
know.
glad you're here.
Yay, I'm glad to be back. I feel like I'm back at home. I was like, wow, this is so random.
It
Yeah, we
happens
got to
like that, though. That's what
It really
happens.
does.
All right, so everybody's saying welcome back. So let's start diving into some questions because I know we need to get into some things. We are going to be all right. Yes, we are. I love, look, when I tell you that my audience is the absolute best, Jada, when I tell you that, I am so serious. Like, I love each and every one of you that I see popping up in these comments right now for so many reasons. Look, my biggest pet peeve. Okay, we need to start talking about TikTok because people are already putting some pet peeves about the TT. I told him that I learned that TT meant it stood for TikTok because I did not know that at
People like to call it
first.
that, or the clock app. They call it the clock app. That's code.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
I'm learning so many things. Okay,
Yes.
let's dive in, and we're definitely going to take questions, y'all. So make sure you ask questions about TikTok. And I also shared some comments with our friend Jada before this because I asked inside of our Facebook group some questions. I said, "Hey, what's some of your biggest questions and some of your, challenges that you're facing with the whole TikTok thing?" And so I shot those over to her so that she would have a chance to kind of process through and give us some responses. So, looking forward to that. Okay, let's dive in. Let's talk a little bit about TikTok.
Hmm.
Why? That's my first question is why? Why are we doing TikTok?
So I think that there's a lot of different reasons why you just kind of get once you get in it you understand it, but I'll explain what it was that really drew me in and what a lot of people are saying. So one of the first things that's interesting about TikTok is that I feel like it really gives a voice to all sorts of people. And so it's refreshing because we have platforms. I'm not going to name names, but we have other platforms where there's a lot of things that are kind of regarded on vanity, or perhaps, having the perfect setup or having something that is kind of unattainable for a lot of people. And so when you get onto TikTok, you have people in bonnets, you got people in the bed, you have people just like in their pajamas doing, weird things, and different dances and stuff. They're doing regular things, and it opens up so many possibilities for just like the everyday person. And I think that is actually one of the biggest apps for the creator economy that has made it so accessible for so many people. Like,
Yeah.
even your idea of an influencer is diverse now. Like, before, there's a very particular kind of person
Yeah.
when you thought about an influencer. And even myself, when I got started, thrifted fashion wasn't really cool. So I couldn't do like the big hauls with big clothing companies. I had to work with what I had.
Yeah.
And so spaces like TikTok really made it so that I could feel comfortable not having all of the production quality, perhaps, or just having the whole setup, but still having a voice and being able to connect with people. So that's the first one. You can really just be yourself on there. And
Mhm.
even if yourself is somebody who likes production, there's people who do whole skits, TV shows, series, like, it's room for everybody on there, every level, every space. And the other thing is that it's really easy to make content on there. Like, just like in just making it literally.
You see that? What a great
Yeah.
answer. So people are loving it. They're learning.
Yes. I mean, it really is open. I mean, even I'll share this and then I'll share my next point. One of my favorite videos I've seen in the past few weeks is these older people, like old, like they're like retired,
Hold up.
and
She said old.
they-
She's
yeah, I mean,
like,
like elderly, not
okay.
people who say they're old, but they're
Okay.
really not old. I'm talking about like retirement home, retirement home stages, And so they had this video where they did a really popular trend, but what made it so funny is that they were keeping up with like the kids, and so they had all these different transitions and stuff. They're like doing these dances and like around like a neighborhood, and it was just so much fun. But it even brought life. It just showed you that there really was space for anyone of any age, and so I love them. I have to find the video so y'all can see what I'm talking about, because I feel like people are calling themselves old, but this ain't, y'all haven't hit this stage yet. This is a different level. So it is it was just so fun and refreshing to see them. I followed them just off that, like, and they do a bunch of different videos and stuff. But I also like that it is so easy to create content. So I started off making YouTube tutorials. Like, that's where I really got started with video.
Mm-hmm.
And I was interested in the tech behind it, but it quickly became one of those things where I couldn't keep up with the quality and the demand and the editing and all of the factors that go into creating content on YouTube, full length content. This is before YouTube Shorts. And so getting on TikTok, I could take all of the editing skills that I have throughout the years and, creative direction, all that stuff, and put it into a 1 minute video. And even before they had the 1 minute, we had 15 seconds, 30 seconds, and we really felt like we was doing something. And so having the space to still create and be creative, but almost kind of like in a bite-sized format, it felt like, okay, I can do this. Like, I can get this content idea, I could put it out there, I can break it up into series, or I can just get my phone and put it onto a stand and record a video using a green screen effect, and I can put a picture up behind me. And so even for me, I was able to take pictures I found on Pinterest of outfits, and it was just me on a green screen pointing to outfits. I mean, I'm minimizing it. It was important, like, it helped people out, but it was literally just me taking screenshots of a picture, pointing to it and say, "Wear this. You have these items at home. Put that on." And so it was content that I made. I just inspired one day, and I was like, you know what? Put my phone down. I'm gonna record this video, give people outfit ideas and styling tips, and I don't even have to change my clothes. I don't even have to stand up because nobody cares what I'm wearing. Like, they want to
Mm-hmm.
see the outfits and figure out how they can make it work for themselves. And so being able to see how it really opens up so many possibilities for every level. And the last thing that I will say that is more into like the technical side of things is that the algorithm really does work in your favor. And so I know at first when you get on there, it feels like it hates you.
Yes,
Like, you
it
put the
does hate
video out
me.
there and it's like, "Mom, like, nobody, I'm not getting the views that I want
Wah
just yet.
wah.
How are these people going viral?" Exactly. It's like, it's not working right. But once you start to put content out and the algorithm understands who to put your content out to, it just gains traction from there. And it makes it so that they are really putting their videos out to people who they know are already looking for this stuff. So it works in your favor. And I think that that's another reason why people have had such success with organic reach and not having to pay for ads and things like that, because up until this point, they really work hard to make sure that they're putting their content out to people who are already looking for what you have. So it works really well when you understand what you do and you're firm in it, and then you make content that represents it. So that's
Well,
why.
I need to share some of these comments because I'm kind of tripping right now off of somebody in particular. There's a few people in here that I'm like, what? She sold you, but I couldn't sell you on it. So first I have to do this because this is my Carlos Tacos pops up in my feed from YouTube to get free pub, and I'm all for it. What's up, Carlos in the house? And then I see Stacy says, I really like TikTok. People used to sleep on them. There's really great content on there. So there's quite a few people that are saying, look, also Sonov, not having to buy editing software and studio equipment is definitely a big plus for sure. So there are a lot of people who are loving it. And then Michelle, you and I were like this saying, we're not doing TikTok. We're not doing that. But I see you saying, okay, you're selling me. Miss Queen in the house. How you doing, lady? She said, I had no idea. I know. I know. And look, now Sasha did make this comment, and I want to pull this up. I want to really kind of highlight this because I'm curious about your answer to it. So I'm going to spotlight Miss Sasha. She said, I just keep hearing you need to do it like 4 times a day. And is this true? Because if so, I am not trying to do it. I'm not trying to do 4 times. Let me tell you,
Mm-mm.
So Jada convinced me to at least do a couple a week. And right now, that's my happy place. But what's interesting is, and I'm for that too, Michelle. She said quick and easy. What is interesting is that for me, the ones that you've helped me to kind of put together, a, basic script for, they're doing really well in reels. But I'm still trying to build up some momentum in TikTok. So how long does it take? And do we have to do 4 times a day?
That's also a good question. There's a particular uh, influencer, I'll say that really promoted this, and this person is just like really hardcore. Like they are a leader in the industry when it comes to video content. I will give them that. However, it is coming from a perspective that I don't think takes into consideration people who don't do this like all day, every day.
Yeah.
And it's also not taking into account people who don't have a team. So, no, you don't have to do it 4 times a day. I would never suggest that you do it 4 times a day. In fact, there are a lot of people who are on opposite ends of the spectrum who also have big success on the app who have said the complete opposite. They're like, you post 1 time a day. You post more, it's not doing anything for you. You are basically kind of like throwing stuff, at the
Yeah.
wall and kind of seeing what sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And there are certain forms of content where you can do that, especially if you think about things that have trending audio, stuff that's maybe 15 seconds, or you're lip syncing something and it's a 15-second video. You can record a bunch of those and maybe put text on the screen, right? And then you got content. But you don't actually have to post 4 times a day. And in fact, it doesn't really increase your likelihood of growing faster.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't always improve that. And it just really depends on what your goals are when it comes to the platform. And I'll leave it at that. If you want to grow very quickly, you're all about rapid growth, you're trying to get a bunch of followers as quickly as you can take that route. And I would suggest that that be your goal because you will get burnt out very quickly.
Yeah.
You will, if you can really manage it for a long period of time. But I would suggest that I like to tell people to take the low and slow approach, just kind of like a steady growth, because you don't need thousands of followers to be successful on TikTok. You don't need the hundreds of thousands and the millions that you see people have, because that doesn't equate to a profitable business, which I know a lot of people in this chat, if not everybody in this chat, that's what they're here for. Like, we're trying to be profitable.
Girl,
Exactly.
I had to
Like,
pop
we're
that
not
up.
worried about follower counts. We're worried about people converting.
I'm sorry. I
Okay.
had to, let me rewind. What did you just say? Huh?
I said we are trying to convert. We are not trying to get thousands and millions of followers. It's not necessary. So it's not it that you don't have to do that. And the approach that I always take, it does take people a while. To answer your second question, it can take a while for you to see that growth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you never know, because sometimes you might have a video that does really well and sometimes you don't know why. Like, might just be like the algorithm was like, you know what, we know who you are now, put you out there, thousands of views, hundreds of thousands of views, like, like that can happen, that's possible, and you never really know what video will pop off. But
Yeah.
I always tell people that you really want to be invested in it. I would say at least give it 3 to 4 months of posting at a schedule that you can commit to,
Mm-hmm.
and just stick to your brand. And when you do that, people will start to recognize you, and then you'll grow from there. Once you get to 1,000 followers on TikTok, any other number is irrelevant, because at that point, you're just trying to get people to convert, and you have the feature to go live once you get 1,000 followers. So
That's what I
you're good
want.
after that.
That's my
Yeah,
goal. I
once
just
you get a
want
thousand, you're good.
I just want to get there. Wait, I got to show some comments. So first of all, Michelle said, I don't think I have that much to say. Miss Queen Kelly said, let's do it together. We do need to do something. So Miss Jada is actually coming to Stream Bosses Academy to do a training for us very soon. So watch your calendars, ladies and gentlemen. Right now we just have ladies. So let me say ladies for now. Eventually we'll have more gentlemen that are, brave want to hang out with us there. But look, there's also a comment here from Tish that says there's another guru she follows that recommends 10 times a day. Ugh. Yeah, so I think you've already addressed that. We don't need to do that. It's okay. I think I also would love what you said about the diversity and that we can have a variety of styles and approaches because TikTok allows that. To me, that's pretty cool because I don't want to sing, dance, or tell jokes. I'm horrible at jokes. So, so if I can do something that I enjoy doing, then that makes sense to me. That makes
Exactly.
sense to me. Okay, I'm looking to see if we have questions. Okay, so this is a really good question. Let's get real. Who is on TikTok? Would my audience be there? How do you know if your audience is on TikTok? How do we know?
Mm, I'm just going to take a huge, I'm just going to assume that they are. Your audience is on TikTok. Like, you just don't even have to just take the guesswork out of it. Okay. Your audience is on TikTok. Now, the amount of them on there, I can't give you those numbers, but there is a little bit of everybody on TikTok. And the thing that's interesting is that when people go viral or when there are really popular accounts, you tend to see those a lot. But there are way more people on TikTok than you know. And there are even more people that are on TikTok who are watching the content but not posting anything. So you really have so many people who are on this app and so many eyes that you couldn't even imagine. I meant to look at the numbers because I feel like at this point I think it's close to like billions of users
Yeah,
on TikTok. There are
yeah,
so many people on there, and there are so many more people coming on there because of their feelings towards other apps. Not going to name names, but other apps are really just not doing what people need them to do.
yeah.
And so you're seeing people more and more coming over there. But even when I look at my analytics, my biggest groups are 25 and 34, and then 34 to like 45, maybe 50. And so I know that that's a huge chunk of even who's listening right now. So
Mm-hmm.
they're on there, they're listening, and they're waiting for you. So your audience is on there, and even more people are getting on there. And it's just because it is the most unique algorithm setup you can think of. And once you understand how to use it, um, I'll say this, not necessarily how to use it, but when you understand who you are and just create content that people can really resonate with, they will flock to you and they will love you, they will engage with you, and they will stick with you. So,
I want to say something about that. I want to add a little bit to this because I love that you said that. Everything that you're saying resonates with me. And we're years apart in age. Okay, I'm going to put it out there. You mentioned that it's about heart. You started off with that, which I love. Okay. Um, it is about heart. Every piece of content, every time we do anything as a creator of content, no matter if you're a coach, a consultant, a course creator, if you are selling a product, if you're an e commerce person, if you're whatever you do, you have to, at this point in the game, you have to show who you are and be authentically whoever you are when you're out there and you're promoting yourself and your brand because people do business with other people. This is where we are. People want to have a heart connection, a heartfelt connection, a lot of times, especially with those of us who are considering becoming influencers of some
mhm.
type, right? So I love that you're saying everything that you're saying, it resonates with my generation as well as it resonates with your generation. So my question for you is going to be this. Do you find that they're like, who do you watch? Do you watch people who are around the same age and generation as you? You mentioned the old lady, which Teresa put a note in there saying, not you're old, but older than that.
Yes.
but who do you watch? How do you know who to watch? How do I know who to watch to kind of get ideas?
Oh, that's actually a really good question. Um, so I have a really wide range when it comes to who I listen to. I'll listen to people, I'll follow people who are, anywhere from their teens up until 80. Like, I mean, I honestly, I don't know how old those people were, but they're close to 80. Like,
Yeah.
it was a wide range. And so I find that I have like, it's almost like a sense. I don't even know how to really describe it, but it speaks to, either it speaks to where I am right now, and
Mm-hmm.
they seem like somebody that can either relate to what I'm going through, or they have more experience than I do. And so these are the people that I'm drawn to, and that'll be in different areas. So I follow some people who are social media managers or strategists, or I'll follow people who I might want to work with one day, and so I'm following them to remain in connection with them and to just kind of see how they work and how they move and just follow their journey. I follow other influencers in various places. I follow people who talk about relationships, people who do film, people who are really good at editing and photography, and things like that. Like, I kind of cater it towards what I feel like I need, and then I also balance it with some entertainment. Like, there's some people I just follow because they are good dancers. I like watching their
I
videos.
have seen
And
some good
so,
dancers there.
yes, I follow some excellent dancers, like choreographers and like all kinds of things, actors. So it just really it kind of feeds every aspect of your life. People who cook, all kinds of stuff. But it's a thing in your heart though that I really cannot describe it. But it's just almost like you can just sense their authenticity, and you can sense their vulnerability. And I tend not to follow people who make me feel anxious,
Mm,
or who make me feel kind of like I have to like hustle and do things that are really just beyond where I am in my life and where I want to be.
yeah.
And then, people who are just negative. If I feel like what you're saying is just, for a shock value, or if you're just trying to rile people up, I don't want those people in my space. And so that's kind of how I gauge who I follow. But yeah, I kind of keep those things in mind. So what am I looking for? Are there people that educate me, entertain, and then people that I want to work with in the future, or who I just look up to and who inspire me to do better. So
There are
those are the
so
people I
many
tend to follow.
comments in here, girl. There's so many comments. Okay, so let me try to scroll through some of these. So first of all, Tish says, I was shocked when I joined. People in my age group and older, I always thought it was a kids app. And you know what? That's what I'm finding too, Tish, because Jada and Teresa have jointly pulled me out there. I'm finding that there are people truly of all ages. And I did look at some statistics. I should have had the page up so I could really give it to you. But yeah, there are billions of active users all over the world. And there is a pretty huge number specifically for the United States, too, if you're here. Teresa has a question or is wanting us to talk about the benefit of being live on TikTok. So I'm going to bring her comment up in a second, but I want to scroll through a few more of these. Sanov said one thing she does. Hold on. Carlos, I'm coming back. One thing I do is to search my relevant hashtags to find my people. So that's what she
Mhm.
does. Let's see. Yeah, Queen Kelly brought up that question about the security. And so we're going to talk, I'll talk a little bit about that in just a little bit, but I don't want to get off topic too much because here's the thing. I'll just go ahead and say it. Let me put it out there. Um, I think Queen Kelly, and there are other people that have had this question. I personally have had this question too because of the line of work that I'm in outside of my business space.
Mhm.
The thing that I will say in terms of the whole security thing is that if you really think about it and you look at any of these social platforms, they all have security exposures, all of them, not just TikTok. So while I know that it has been a platform that has been in the news for specific things, many of the other platforms also have those things. So you have to make an adult decision about which of these spaces you want to play in. And I don't want to try to speak to any legalese, so I'm not going to go there. But I'm just going to say do your research, do your homework, and make a decision about whether or not you really want to be truly in that space or you just don't,
Mhm.
because you have the right to do that. But also, if your concern is privacy, if your concern is security, if your concern is that your information is being given away, that's happening on just about every platform that you've made a decision to be on. That's the truth. And I can tell you that having worked in information security and human resources on the technology side. So I'll leave it there on that one. But I also want to address some other comments because I saw a couple of things come through. Um, Carlos Taco said, I went live on TikTok once and had 30,000 viewers.
Mm,
What? And he said he was
yeah.
only on for like 3 hours, and that is crazy. So I guess if you hit the right buttons, so he was cooking tacos at a huge car show event.
But yeah, people love that kind of stuff on TikTok.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow, wow, wow. Trying not to get sucked down that rabbit hole, so I would love a select few TikTokers to tune in on. But and Jay, so Michelle, because you're in Stream Bosses Academy, let's definitely powwow with her, with Jada on that in a couple weeks when she comes to the group. Jada said, or Juvaka said, "Thanks, Jada. You're making me feel way more comfortable, creating a footprint there." Look, y'all, I'm taking baby steps, so I'm out there because, like I said, Teresa and Jada pushed pushed me out. One thing I will ask you about is something that I have heard, and that is that it really is great for funnel building, like getting more views. Is that really kind of the
Yes,
big focus of it? Is that you want to get the views and then you drive people into more of the community and maybe even other platforms, email, another space or group if you choose to get on another platform. But is
exactly.
it's about the visibility, right? First.
Hmm. It
Yeah.
is. It is about the visibility. It's about the visibility and it's the engagement. I work with Teresa, so I'll put that out there. She knows what's up. Like we've been working together, and her TikTok is I love her
Booming.
TikTok. One of my favorite spaces. And I love how creative she is with her content. But that's my little shout out to Teresa. You're doing amazing. But when you get on there, you have engagement that you can't like you can't pay for the type of engagement that you get on there. And it might feel slow at first, to really see those people start to respond and to react to your content. But once you do, people really do engage and they give you some of the best questions, they give you some of the best feedback, and it really helps you to understand who your audience is. And it helps you so much more because I think a part of it is just because there's so many people who really aren't filtering things. Like they're just being
Yeah.
raw and they're being real and they feel comfortable, and it's just like a space where you can be yourself and be authentic. So the engagement is like nothing I've ever seen on any platform. Like anything. And if you are a business owner, you already know how critical engagement is, how critical feedback is, and you understand like you need to know what your people need so that you can understand how to work with them. And so that's what you get there. Yes. And then you also get visibility. Like you get, I
Hold
mean, even
up.
if your videos,
Let
yeah.
me highlight this person, Mr. JP High Tech. So even JP, who is like a phenomenal video guru, he is like a go-to expert for me. He's even saying you're getting him excited to dive in. That's crazy.
I love it.
That is nuts. Awesome, JP. Okay, look, JP, you and I, we're in this together. And several of you that have said this, Michelle, everybody who hasn't been in there, we're going to all just like uplift each other. Can we hold hands and go on
Yes.
TikTok together? Do you recommend a personal or a business account? I see that, sweetie.
Yeah.
Hey, honey. Personal or business account. So Tish switched to business, and I have a business account, and I don't even use the sounds. Is that a thing? Do we need to think about? Because I know they talk
I
about trending sounds. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So I
Wait,
opted
wait.
out.
Queen Kelly said they need to pay you, Jada, because we're all coming over because of you for TikTok. We'll send them a bill.
Can y'all tell TikTok? Let them know.
Okay, back to trending sounds. Is this a thing? Do we have to use trending sounds? What's your take on that?
Okay, so my take on it, there you don't have to. So I'll put that out there. You can build an entire platform on TikTok without using trending sounds. And I went through a period where I didn't use any trending sounds. I just used my voice because what I noticed is that the videos that I did where I was just talking, those always did, those outperformed any video that I had with trending audio.
Hmm.
But the thing that I like about trending audio is that it can give you a break when it comes to your content creation process,
Mm.
because you can make a 15-second video, a 7-second video, which is like really unheard of when you think about it. Like a 7-second video, you could put some text on the screen to a trending sound, and it still conveys your point. It's still content, but it is very low effort content.
Hmm.
And it can even drive people. It's a good driver to your page, to your
Yeah.
profile, which will increase your views on your other videos, right? So it can be used as a tactic to bring over, to generate those, generate that traction.
Mm-hmm.
But you can build an entire platform, and I've seen it done. I have examples of it where there was no trending audio used at all, and people were able to build a platform, build a following on there. But again, like, we have to think about what are our resources and what do we have, because the people who I've seen who do really well on that, in that space where they don't use trending audio, typically have a they have a team. So they have
Okay.
people helping them with their content creation. And if
Yeah.
you are doing it solo right now, then the trending audio can really give you a reprieve,
Mommy,
but I wouldn't suggest it at first.
can I use Siri?
Oh, that's
Not,
sweet.
not that's not Siri, Kyrie. You can't use that right now. Come back when I'm done. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's such a sweetheart. He is such a
He
sweetheart.
makes an appearance in every video.
So look, Queen Kelly says she can see my. Yeah, I did have smoke coming out of my ears just now because I was thinking. I was actually processing as she was saying that. I was like, ooh, I wonder if I could take this video and add this sound. Yeah, but to the question that Tish asked, I did notice because I have a business account,
Yes.
I can't get the trendy, like the ones that everybody loves. I can't get those sounds. So,
Yes.
should you
I
have personal or business? What do you do?
I have a creator account. I don't have a business account.
Okay.
I switched pretty early on, and I don't know. I'm not saying that's why I did better, but it might be why I did
Okay.
better. So I wouldn't. I don't. There's not a huge benefit to it yet. I think that they're still kind of working on how they want to um, utilize the business accounts on TikTok, because they're
Okay.
going through, the process with how to get more ad revenue and things of
Mm-hmm.
that nature. So I think as things go on, there'll be more integrations and stuff that'll be beneficial for a business. But right now, the creator account, it just gives you so much more freedom. And
Okay.
so I found that it I felt like a release in my brain when I switched it, because I didn't have so many restrictions on my account.
Yeah.
So I have found that it's helped me, because once you get to 1,000 followers, like I said before, you can go live, you can put a link in there, and honestly, you really don't want to be selling anything until you've nurtured your audience. And so once
Okay.
you get to that 1,000, you're good to go, and you have all the things you need in order to promote your business.
So, oh, this is a good question. So, is a creator account the same as a personal account, or is that different? Is that something different?
I think it's the same thing. I might just be calling it something else, because I know
Okay.
that Instagram has something similar, so I might be getting the names mixed up. But
Okay.
it's either creator, personal, whatever it is. I might have made up the name,
But
but it's
it's
a
not
personal
the
account
business.
or a business account. Yeah, there's no in between.
Tish said, thank you for answering that. And
No
you mentioned
problem.
something too, and I know I'm totally off topic at this point. Like, not off topic, but I'm off of our questions, our prepared questions, because things are coming to me, and I'm also seeing the questions that are here in the chat. So I just wanted to kind of make sure that I follow up on some of these. Let's see, educate, entertain, and empower my target audience. Absolutely. That's what I loved about what you said earlier too, Jada, because when you were telling me your personal story and we first met, you talked about the fact that, one of the things you really wanted for people to see is that they didn't have to go out and buy like really expensive clothes in order to look nice and in order to put outfits together. And your sole goal wasn't, hey, I want to be a TikToker and I want to make a bunch of money. It was, hey, I see that I'm sharing a message that can be helpful and useful. Let me get out there and use this platform to do that. And then everything else happened. So I
Yes.
love that that is, to me, that's just like my heart. Like I love people who want to serve and help other people. So just know that is definitely a thing. I'm looking to make sure that I get some other questions. There were questions I sent you. I guess I need to pull some of those up.
Yes.
Okay, let's pull some of those up. I need to do my little Facebook thing and see if I can find them because someone had a question in regards to. There it is. Okay. Somebody had, and I think it might have been, was it Scott? Scott, it's probably you. You'll have to put it in the comments if it's you. Oh, let me put this comment up too. Yvette said, I've only done the duets video, but my hope is to bring music there like others and to have conversations and podcasts live. That was one of the questions I missed. The
Oh.
benefit of going live, and to speaking to what Yvette just said, what are the benefits to doing live on TikTok? Have you seen people doing it and doing it well?
Oh, yes. I have seen people do a phenomenal job. I spent a lot of time just kind of watching how people maneuver on live because when I first got on live, I was petrified. And it was like, it's not like I haven't been on IG live, but it's all of a sudden it was TikTok. And I was like, I don't know.
Ah.
Like, I don't know what to do here. And so I started really watching the people who had very successful live streams on there. And one of the things that I've noticed is that people really like to see you in your element.
Yeah.
And so, whatever it is that you do, well, people will sit there and just watch you for hours. Like we even saw Carlos Tacos talk about people watching his video for three
I
hours. He's
know.
making tacos. Like you can just literally turn your camera on and do what you're good at. And people will just like follow it. And especially if you make it engaging and make them feel like they're a part of the process too. And so, an example of what I did, I did it with fashion. So I had a live where I was on for maybe about 2 hours, and I was trying on different clothes and styling it. And that live in particular, at one point had over like 100 something viewers, and I have never seen those kind of numbers on a live before. And all I was doing was trying on clothes, like in a room, and people were really engaged and excited about it. So I don't it's really easy. Like if you do something well, people are really engaged and excited about being able to feel like they're kind of getting that exclusive access. And another thing that I've done that is really good, especially for people who are coaches or strategists of some sort, is I planned a workshop live just the other day. And so I was like, I need help figuring out what people need from
Mm-hmm.
me. So let me host a workshop, a live workshop planning session. And I had my whiteboard up in the background, and we were just literally writing down like ideas that people had, questions that they had, and it was almost kind of like having like a group coaching session almost. And so I got valuable information from that. I basically have an entire workshop concept, and I went live for 40 minutes.
That's
And so
crazy.
that instead of me racking my brain for hours trying to figure out what people need. So it is really beneficial, and especially beneficial when you make people feel engaged and involved in the process. They will really respond to you. So yeah, and usually the longer you're on live,
Mm-hmm.
the better your views will be. So if you can get on there for, I mean, I would say at least an hour, you can see hundreds of views, and that is not determined by the amount of followers that you have, because it works like the For You page where it just puts it on a live page,
Hmm.
like a live feed. So people can scroll and go through your live, and you'll have maybe like 90% of the viewers aren't even your followers. So that brings in even more followers.
JP, are you getting ideas? Because I am.
Yeah, it's
Like,
an
I'm getting a
awesome idea.
ton of ideas.
Take it.
And look, Reg said, look, Reg, I know, right? Let's go. I'm seeing so many people like fired up. And many of us, I'm going to include myself in here, we're like, I don't know. I don't want to do that. Mm-mm. Reg Brewington, what's up, sir? You make me want to be on TikTok more now. Yeah, look, I got to give another. I love doing that. Oh my goodness, I love it. Latara is here to support. Latara is also another Stream Bosses Academy member who also was promoting the heck out of Jada. Like they both, she and Teresa both kept telling me, "Oh yeah, you need to get Jada. Oh yeah, you need to work with Jada." I love it. And look, JP says, I just listed several ideas to implement, Jada. Thank you.
Yay!
That is awesome. Valerie, let's do it, girl. Let's step out on TikTok.
Yes.
You know what, Carlos? I would love to make tacos with you on TikTok. One of these days, just holler and like we're together on a show. I trust. We're
Yes.
gonna make it fire. I love y'all. Okay, so let me answer some of these questions. Let me go into Facebook and let's talk about the questions that were posed ahead of time. And then I know we got to get ready to wrap. I could talk to you all night. This is what I love about all of my guests. I just love how, and I do my vetting ahead of time. I love how authentic and real you are. I love that you are giving. All of you are givers. I love that you have knowledge about your craft and you're willing to share that so that other people can be lifted up. So thank you for being on the show, Jada. Thank you. And you're in good company because there are some amazing people that have been on and that are coming on. So I count you as one of them. Okay, so here's a question. Goodness, there were several. So, should you mix trending content with your standard content, which I think we kind of talked about already?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you include your product without losing views and coming off as too salesy? Like, how does that
Mm.
work?
That is actually a really good question. So I'll tell. It's kind of embarrassing. I have it up to humble myself, but this is a video that I did, and it was terrible. I was trying to promote a journal, and so I oh my gosh, I was I was holding the journal and thinking, oh, solid marketing. Like this is going to get the girls. Like they are really going to love this.
Here's the
No,
journal.
no one cared what the journal was. And so I found that you don't show the benefits of the product. I mean, and that's just true with any kind of marketing.
Yep.
Just tell people why they need it and and discuss more of what they can get from it and less of here's what I got by this. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So what I had to do differently is that I had to start talking about the things that I learned from journaling, or I had to talk about my experience with um, not knowing my style and how it really was frustrating me and holding me back in certain areas, and then talking about that. Or I knew that a video that I had that did really well at first is kind of like my start to the momentum, is that I knew that moms wanted to look good, but they had no idea where to start and they didn't have a lot of time or energy. So instead of saying, book me for styling, I was like, here are some outfits that you can wear if you are a mother and you don't have the time to get dressed up. Like these
Mm-hmm.
are outfits you can put together and you're going to look good. And then, just go from there. So you really do have to understand what your people need. And I'm sure that you do. You just have to really hone in on that. So don't be too hungry, for the sale. Just
That's right.
just talk about the value, talk about the benefits. And
Hold
then
on. We
from
need to
there.
fire right there. Anybody watching this video right now, rewind the last 3 minutes and listen
Yes.
to that because that's the key. What I heard you say is that it's not about you getting on and selling, it's about you becoming a problem solver.
Exactly.
When people see you as a person who solves problems and could potentially solve problems that they have, then they're going to be more likely to buy. It's not about you becoming a salesperson or a selly. It's how can I solve problems for you? And maybe they take away something from the TikTok and never need you again, and that's okay. But
Yeah.
most of the time, what I'm finding is that if I give what I need to give and what I'm led to give on camera, people are going to come to me for more because they're like, I know there's more behind the scenes.
Yes.
I want some of that.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. I
Like that was
love
just a
it.
sample.
Look, okay, so JP just put, I have to highlight this stuff because I love that his brain is firing. Yes. So we need to get to 1,000. Everybody, we're gonna focus on a challenge. We gotta build something out. Focus on
Yes.
the challenge to get us all to 1,000 so that we can then all be on some live. Because that's
Yes.
what we do on Stream Like a Boss.
Exactly. That's the goal. That's where the money is right there. When you can go live, you're
I
good to go.
love it. I love it. I
Hmm.
love it. So here's a question from a newbie. I need tips for newbies on how to get the most out of TikTok just starting out without singing, dancing, or trying to be the Gen Zer I am not. That's what she put.
I love that question. I love that question so much because it from the outside looking in, that is all that you think that TikTok is. And I always encourage people to, build an account and then get in there and really see what it's all about because there are people doing so many different things. And what I will say is that if you are somebody who is like dead set, I'm not dancing, I'm not pointing at stuff, I'm not doing all those things, the best types of videos for those kinds of people to do are talking videos, talking heads. If you could do a behind the scenes, vlogging, so kind of like a day in the life of what it is that you do. So, day in the life of a insert your title here. And people like to see the behind the scenes of that, and you aren't doing anything that it will potentially, I guess, embarrass you. I don't know what the like aversion is necessarily, but I get it. You don't want to do
Yes.
it, you don't have to do it. And I mean, I've sat there and I watched people not do a lick of dancing, wasn't no music involved, and I just was interested in the content.
Let me
If I
tell you
hear that
right
sweet
now,
spot.
this was the number one reason why I didn't get on TikTok at first because my daughter, my 14-year-old, about to be 15-year-old, said, "Don't get on TikTok." Like, that's not for you. That's for me. It's not for you.
Oh,
I know, yeah, but I got on
they're making their
anyway.
way over there.
I told
It's
her she can stay in her lane and I'll stay in my lane on TikTok. So,
okay. Yes. She has a for her page and you got a for you page, like separate paths.
yes, we're going to live in quiet companionship on TikTok. Queen Kelly said we can start by following each other. Yes, we can. So, everybody, you know the different communities that we're in, wherever you are. If I'm there, I'm inviting you to come along with us on this journey with Jada so we can learn how to. Oh my goodness, Shannon said, my son told me to go for it. It's easy, mom. You know what, JP? I'm going to do something because everybody in this video tonight has said this. So that means that is an opportunity for us all to come together and support each other. So I love it. Let's do a TikTok 30 days daily post challenge. Let's get our all of us. Let's get to 1,000 so that we can
Hmm.
all go live. I'm all for that. In fact, that's how I do anything is I have to challenge myself.
Me too. Me
Yeah.
too. I stopped eating meat by doing a challenge. So
See?
if you give me a challenge, I'm gonna. That's the best way to get me to change.
Yes. Okay, so we're all in on that. Okay, I know we're at the top of the hour here in a few minutes, so let me start to wrap up. And let me ask you this, ma'am. Gosh, there's just so many things I could just go on. Let me pull up some of my actual questions I was supposed to ask. Let's see. Roadblocks. I do need to ask that for anybody who's venturing out there and wants to do TikTok. What are some of the things? Because we've seen the trolls in all the
Mhm.
spaces. Are we going to run into that too? Or is there something else that we'll see on TikTok that is like unique to TikTok that we need to watch for?
Well, trolls, and bots are probably going to be like the number one nuisance when you get over there
Yeah.
because they're everywhere, and you don't see them too often until you go live, and they just kind of come in and say whatever's contrary to whatever you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Some people engage with them because sometimes it can boost your engagement, and some people ignore them. It is actually, I mean, sometimes it can be a little entertaining. Be like, yeah, I will go back and forth. I'll banter with you, but you honestly, you don't have to address them if you don't want to. But I will say, and I'll be very honest about this, is that the biggest challenge you may encounter when it comes to TikTok is that once you get to a certain threshold with your viewership, with your visibility,
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be met with people who are going to oppose what you have to say. And they're going to be very vehement about it, especially if it's something that may have triggered them or something that is just like really just like rubbed them the wrong way. Or
Yeah.
maybe if there was a misunderstanding at some point in your video, because they're short videos, so it's very easy to start making up extra things and context in it. And so those are the things that you would have to be prepared for, because I was not. I TikTok had been really nice to me up until this point. I posted a particular video, and there was a lot of good comments, but then there were a lot of mean ones, and there are a lot of ones that people who just didn't agree with me. And so that was really hard to handle because of how quickly the
Mm-hmm.
comments were coming. So this was a video of mine that went viral. And so when that happened, that was when it was like, whoa, like I don't really like this side of TikTok too much. Like I had to kind of log out the app,
Yeah.
come back around to it later. But yeah, controversial topics. That's the tricky part though, because it can be controversial by the way people perceive it. Because
Right.
the video in particular, it wasn't offensive. It just there were people who were like, "Wait, what you just say to me?" That kind of thing. And so it just I wasn't expecting it when I posted it. I thought it was kind of like common sense, but turns out that there were a lot of people who felt a way about it, and I had no idea that was going to happen. So
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't prepared for the good and the bad there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But those types of situations really only occur when there's really high visibility and you have a piece of content that goes like viral. But
Mm-hmm.
more often than not, a majority of your videos are going to really just be pushed out to people who want to hear what you have to say. And so you may have people who don't agree or ask questions, but other than that, you really do have there's still a lot of freedom there. And the last thing is kind of silly, but I have to let people know so that you don't get shadow banned because it is a
Oh.
thing that happens for real. TikTok does not like you to take people off of their platform. They
Mm.
don't like that. So even though you have a link in your bio, you're not allowed to say link in bio because they will suppress your content.
What?
So yes, it is like a really known thing. And so when you get on there, you might hear people saying weird things like uh clink in Lio or blink in Lio and or go here or pointing to the button like
So that
kind
they
of like
don't say
around
link
it.
in bio? Is that really why they do that?
Yes, they will suppress your video. I've tried
Wow.
it just for fun, like just to see, and you can tell like it just performs differently than your other content. So
Hmm.
there's ways around it. There's little tips and tricks that people have come up with to go around that, but that's another one that's kind of silly. But when people get on there for business, they're used to saying, yeah, click the link in my bio. Don't do that.
That's
Don't
crazy.
do
Hey,
that.
so everybody, we know when we do this challenge, don't say click the link in bio. We
Don't
can't
do it.
treat it like it's reels. we
Mm-mm.
we have to do something slightly different. So we'll definitely have to talk through that, Jada, because I think that's something we should definitely put together. I love it. I love all the different questions you all have been putting in here and the comments and the love that you're showing, my friend Jada. Thank you so much for being on here and giving us the 411.
Yes, I
Let's
love
see.
doing this.
I'm scanning through trying to see what else we got. Okay, so there were two questions I didn't answer that I need to go back and answer. One, Queen Kelly asked what I'm streaming on. I'm actually using Ecamm Live right now at the moment. So I have Jada on as my guest inside of my Ecamm Live account. And then somebody also asked, who am I on TikTok? I'm Get Noticed with Video, just like I am on most spaces. The only space I'm not Get Noticed with Video is Twitter. So, yes. And look, JP said we need to hook up, and he is the dude to hook up with. So we definitely look, and I want to be part of the party too.
Yes.
No, I'll get you two connected for sure. Yes, awesome information. At least you didn't have to give up the 911. You are funny. Michelle, hot mess. She is my resident comedian. And okay, and Yvette search Stream Like a Boss. Yes, because I've been using Stream Like a Boss as my hashtag as well. in a couple of the videos. Any videos that you see that are doing decent, those are probably because I got advice from Jada on creating something. I did one today and I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't love it, but I'm going to put it out there and we'll see what happens. This is the last thing I do want to ask.
Hmm.
So, some people, and this is what I'm doing, some people are looking to repurpose content. I'm all about
Ooh.
repurposing, and my business used to be snack size marketing. Yes, Yvette, it is Get Noticed with Video. That's the name, but then I've used the hashtag Stream Like a Boss, so that may be why she pulled it up that way. Repurposing. Don't we need to be careful if we've done a TikTok and we save the TikTok from the TikTok platform? It's going to have
Hmm.
TikTok all on it. So
Yes.
I think one of the suggestions is absolutely not to have that then be posted on Instagram and vice versa because the two platforms are competing. So, of course, Instagram's not going to be pumping up your TikTok video if they see TikTok all over it, and the opposite thing, too, right? Am I
Hmm.
right on this? Okay.
Yes.
So, what I did, for instance, today is I actually created a video in my own platform and then I posted it into different spots. So I've shared it on, I'm getting ready to share it on YouTube Shorts tonight because the evening is better for me on YouTube. I'm going to share, I shared it on Instagram Reels. I shared it on TikTok. So I'm looking to see the race to the finish, like which one is getting me the most views. I'm
Yeah.
checking that out. Okay. Oh, and Latara said, Jada will tell you about yourself when a video is not all that. Okay. Okay, then. All right, then. You're so welcome, Carlos. Yeah, please show Jada some love, y'all. Look, I'm gonna pull up your page right now, Jada, because I want everybody to be able to find you. So let me make sure I pull that up. So first and foremost, I'm gonna pull you up with your TikTok page. So to find Miss Jada West, go to It's Jada West over here on TikTok. There
There
you
we go.
go. Beautiful. Find her there and follow, please. Lots of lovely, lovely video clips in there. I love it. And then also you can follow her. Right now she has linkpop.com/it's Jada West. And that's the link. Isn't that the link that's also in your bio on TikTok?
Correct.
Okay, awesome. So she does have a style guide. There's a couple of other things in here too. You'll want to just check her out, follow, get connected. Jada cannot leave us now. Now that she's a part of our community, she's going to be in our space. So just know that. Just know. All right. And Carlos just asked, is her link in the bio? Yes, it is.
Oh, link in the yeah. I can say
Is
it on. I can say it on the screen. Thankfully.
you can say it here, but you bet not say it in TikTok.
Yeah. I like to say go to my profile. That works. They like
And
that one.
look, we want you to tell us when it's not all that. I love it. Okay, I think that this might be Eric B. Eric Bogren. I follow Jada. I'm Stonewood Bogey. Awesome. Okay,
Awesome.
so everybody's following. Done and done and done. Thank you, everyone. I love it. I love it when we come together and support each other. Because look, this video thing, it's not easy. And what you said about the whole troll thing, the deal is on any platform that you're on, if you're putting yourself out there, especially when you're doing live, you're going to open yourself up to people who do not really know you and don't
Hmm.
care to know you. And maybe some of them don't have the best interest in mind for you. You just need
Yeah.
to know that. But then you also need to formulate a plan on how to combat that and how to protect your heart, okay? Because that's one of the things your mental and your heart can really be attacked. Your spirit can be attacked on social media. This is part of what it is. So, knowing and having a plan in place to help you to really kind of recover from those moments when these things happen, that's really important. And we need to talk about that. We have to talk about that and just make that its own video soon. Yeah,
Yes.
we got to do that. All right, Miss Jada, is there any last word that you would like to share with everyone? Is there a tip that you would like everyone to know before we Wrap it up.
There actually is a mini challenge. A mini challenge I would like to pose to the people. So there is a video. If you're following me, there is a playlist for, I think it's called video tutorials. There is a video tutorial on how to do a talking head video. And I would like, if you, especially if you are having a hard time with making content on TikTok, I would like you to use that video tutorial and make your first talking head video. And I've been told that it's easy to follow, it's broken down by steps, and you can even edit it inside of TikTok, so you don't need any extra apps to edit it. But I want to challenge you to do that. And if you do it, tag me in it so that I can cheer you on and give you feedback if you want. But I really want to empower you to feel like I can own this space. So that's it. That's what I want to leave you with.
Look, y'all just got the message, so it's on now. It's time for us to get out there. Let's go do our TikToks. I love it. Thank you so much for being my guest tonight, Jada. Again, I couldn't have asked for a better person to be here to just really give us the real deal and to talk to us authentically about TikTok. And yes, JP will watch it and let us know his honest feedback. He will give you his honest feedback. He is amazing like that. Look, I just have so many wonderful friends that are honest, but also with
Yes.
constructive feedback. And that's what we want to give each other. So I'm looking forward to, we're going to do this 30-day challenge. I just need to figure out where to fit that into all the other things that are happening. But we will get that done. So, Jada, thank you once again. I'm going to go ahead and get us closed out, ma'am.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for being on here with us tonight. It's been so much fun. I'm so glad that you got a lot from it. Yeah, we ran a little bit long, but I think it was worth it. Like, I got some really good tips about TikTok. I hope you did too. And some reality checks about it too, so that we can be prepared when we do go over there, when we step out there, we can be prepared to know what to expect. So love it and look for more information. Yes, I will see you tomorrow. Oh, I need to say that. Thank you, Michelle. You're so awesome. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to be delivering our office hours. So I cannot wait to share with you a couple of really quick things on office hours. We're going to talk about YouTube because I want to share with you a little tidbit that I figured out on YouTube where you can take your live stream and actually turn it into a clip that you can use on shorts and other spaces, maybe even TikTok. So I'm going to do a demo of that. I also have some other information I want to share with you about Stream Bosses Academy and a workshop, a boot camp that we're going to be having coming up. And there's one more thing I can't think of right now, but I'll remember when I look at my notes for tomorrow. So if you're not inside of our Facebook group, make sure you join us. As a matter of fact, here I'm going to pop up this little link one more time. Streamlikeaboss.tv is where you can find me on all the socials. So whichever one is your favorite space and platform, come on, get connected, and let's see you in the stream on next Thursday. Okay? Even if you're not part of the Friday community office hours, I bet you'll want to be. If you just hang out with us a little bit longer every Thursday and have some fun. Okay? We've got more incredible guests coming up over the coming weeks. Thank you, JP. I love it. Love you, bruh. You have been such a help and such a just a blessing in my life. Shannon and Michelle and definitely Scott, everybody, thank you so much for showing up tonight. And I will see you in the stream on next week. But also, I'll see those of you who are at office hours, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. All right.